have set up kings, but not by me.
Listen to God speaking. They have set up kings, but not by me.
They have made princes,
They have made princes. They have made rulers.
and I knew it not.
And I knew it not. You never consulted the way of God in your appointments. That's what many of us do now. You go and vote for political parties that are so contrary to the scriptures. Because you think that politics has nothing to do with God. Or rulers, the appointment of rulers ought to have nothing to do with God. God says, thou shalt not kill. You go and appoint a political party that is pro-abortion. Not so. This is you. God is against homosexuality. You go and appoint a political party that has nothing to do, that is free, that promotes such. This is you. Because man have substituted God over being a king or a ruler over them, and they have made man and appointed rulers of their own will. Not so. So as the Israelites did, rejecting Samuel, rejecting what God instituted, rejecting God's precedence over them, they appointed a king over their own selves. A king which will not do what God would do, not so. Which will enslave them, which will use their sons, which will use their daughters for their own gratification. This is what we have now. You appoint politicians who rob, who are corrupt, who steal from you, who preside over you and rule over you in a way that God would not want. Not so. And you excuse that and say, Mara, that's religion. When we are voting, it's different. Separate politics and religion. Just because you are using the term president doesn't mean a president is not a ruler. Not so. Who were the kings that God was pleased with in Israel? Was David not a king? Is that not a ruler of a nation? So when you are electing a president and want a president to rule over you, is it not meet that you should have one who rules over you after the will of God? Which kings was he pleased with? Was it not the kings that ruled according to what he wished for? Which kings did he execute judgment unto Israel because of? Was it not the kings who ruled contrary to his law? So you cannot exclude God by saying that it's politics, God should be excluded. Whatever you do should be in the basis of the faith. Not so. God is ruler of man, not a president. God is ruler of man, not some minister. Not so. So faith is not something, or church is not something that we go to, and then when we're done going to church, we go back home and do things the way we want. The church is us, not the building. Not so. So whatsoever we do in the context of what God wants, because we are the temple. God is within us. So whatever decision, whatever way of life, whatever action ought to be dictated by the way that God prescribes. Not so. And we ought not to just elect people just because we like how they are, we like how they dance and say Viva Comrades and we elect them.